Hello and welcome to the HIGH-5 podcast, HIGH-5 After Dark. I'm the host, Malcolm from Malcolm&Mary, and today we have such a special guest in town. We have Miss Effie.
Hi.
We've got Miss Effie. Everybody give a round of applause to Miss Effie for coming out because it's midnight and we're so excited to have her with us. Is that coffee?
It is so coffee.
Necessary. Well, we thank you for being up in the wee hours of the night with us. And we definitely do want to welcome you in. I'm just going to give you a rundown of how everything usually goes. We're going to do a roundabout to see what everybody else is trying for the afternoon or for tonight's podcast. And then we're going to jump into some questions for you. We're going to take turns asking you questions. We want to know everything about the fantastic new Major League Marijuana, dessert dabs and Zaza dabs. And with that being said, I should start off first. We're going to do our roundabout about what we're trying tonight. I have a dab that I'm going to be encountering today. I've got the dessert dabs. Zebra cake. The zebra cake.
Me too. Oh my God, all three of us have it.
I love it. Okay, this is a zebra cake. This is a zebra cake podcast. Oh, what is that? Okay, we've got the Zaza. Okay, so as I'm going through this, Miss Effie, have you tried this zebra cake yet?
I love the zebra cake. It is like literally one of my very favorite picks.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so first things first, I'm gonna crack this open. Now, as we get into this, I just want you guys to see this. We do store these in a refrigerator at HIGH-5. It's got a lovely consistency to it. Nice little rocks in there. Not too saucy. It seems just right. I can't wait to open it and see what it smells like though. And I shall be trying this out of an atomizer and my HIGH-5 Atlas pen, available at HIGH-5 and HIGH-5 Supply. Gotta love it. Love the blue color, always blue. But as I open this, Mr. Z, what are we jumping into today on the podcast?
I'm trying this new cake mix from, what's this company? Exotics, yeah. Okay. A little hard to tell what company it is, but
it's Exotic.
Definitely. Exotics. Okay.
Yeah.
And what's the smell on that thing, Jay? I need to know.
Yeah,
it's really hard to describe.
Okay.
Sort of a sweet.
This smells phenomenal.
You can kind of see the nugs are really, nugs are looking pretty frosty.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they look frosty for sure.
Yeah. It's got like a, I want to say almost like sweet, a little bit menthol.
Okay.
A little bit. We'll see what happens when I grind it.
Okay, absolutely. And then on the menthol tip, that is the you said the wedding mix, right?
This is the cake mix, yeah.
Cake mix. Okay. I am so excited to see how that aroma pops out as you grind it. Keep me tuned. Miss Wendy, what are we enjoying? I saw you hold up that dab tube. What was that?
That is the 2 times cheesecake dessert dab.
So good. I'm so bummed I'm out of that.
It's not the first dab I've taken of it.
Trust me. I bought let me show you my dab garden, my dab graveyard.
Oh God. Yeah, graveyard. I don't know if garden is definitely more of a graveyard.
Zaza, dessert, yes. Zaza.
Nice.
Mickey Frog. This is that rum. Call it a graveyard.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a graveyard. Okay, Miss Wendy, you're smoking that not for the very first time. Can you tell me what are some things you're looking forward to this time? Now that you've already experienced the actual high, what are you excited about right now?
I'm really excited about the flavor. The smell of this stuff is just unbelievable. Can I eat it right out of the jar? Would that be frowned upon?
No.
Effie, what's the protocol? What's the protocol on something like that?
You know,
is it gonna taste as good as it smells?
You know, you do you. Enjoy your pot.
Yeah. She had like wax on her teeth. Wendy comes back. We're like, no.
There is a really interesting story behind two-time cheesecake. Originally, the goal was for it to become the double cheesecake, which was like has become this sort of famous. It's sort of becoming cult famous, I guess, right now. But we attempted to make double cheesecake, but what came out was the 2-time cheesecake. So what you're smoking is something of an accident.
Oh.
Well, it's a delicious
That's
accident.
Yeah.
The other night, I mixed it with some of the, I guess you had some, there was something, I'm the worst at this, berry octane. So we had blueberry
Zaza.
cheesecake.
Ooh.
So good.
That berry octane was also one of my jams. The donkey butter, the berry octane, the orange soda, those are my things. The zebra cake, those are my things. That's my thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Brograss, I see you fiddling with something. What are we working with today?
I got the same company that Zane got. This strain is called the Soap.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to share screen real quick so everyone can, I took a picture of the buds. Let me see if I can get this to work.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see. And then just for everybody watching, the exotics in which
Is it
they
working?
are smoking are
Oh, yeah.
like the definition of a top shelf. They're as top shelf as our flower gets right now at the current moment. And it looks
It's a
lovely.
little fuzzy.
No, it looks great. You can pinch your Zoom screen to zoom in as well if you want to see it closer.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it looks great. It literally looks great. I love the little top line weed.
Yeah.
Okay, now you said what's that smell like? What's those terpenes telling you?
It is kind of soapy, actually, by the name. It's interesting. Like,
Okay.
like earthy, cushy, but like soapy.
Okay. Like, and this is a lavender soap, orange soap, or white bar soap.
Oh, white bar soap.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Can I say something about that?
Sure.
Yeah.
So back in the 90s, oh my God. So back a while ago when there wasn't legal marijuana, there was this when we would buy some weed, some of us would be like, wow, that smells like soap. That smells like soap. Like, is that? So we actually, back in the 90s, there was actually a soap thing. And later on I found out that's how they shipped it.
Oh,
With
wow.
a bunch of soap.
Cover
up the smell.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, stoners. We're so sneaky.
I know, right?
That's great.
So Mal,
Yes.
after grinding this, I'm actually getting some fruit notes.
Ooh, okay. All right, ready? Top 2 fruits, go.
A little bit of lemon lime,
Mm.
mostly citrusy.
Okay. Okay.
But then there's
Lick
still like
this off the lid.
there's something else there that I can't quite identify though.
Okay. And the thing is, the cool thing is, like I said, sometimes the aroma doesn't give itself all the way away as you are grinding it. Sometimes you got to smoke it a little bit, and then that kind of like the actual taste helps with the rest of the smell. So yeah, definitely let me know how that progresses. Okay, now, Effie, what are we gonna medicate with on this podcast? Ooh, it's a big one. That's a big dab.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
She's like, Malcolm, that's not a big dab.
Malcolm doesn't dab, so he doesn't know what big dabs are.
This is true. As I have the tiniest little glob in my little thing.
Hey, that's okay. That's okay.
Baby steps. Baby steps. But yeah, so what are you enjoying today, Miss Effie? What are we experiencing? What are we gonna try?
I am
love how
definitely.
Bopaw's here. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna hit this zebra cake. That's what I just put on my little spoon there.
Okay.
I did take a bong hit real quick just to get things get the throat warmed up. You know,
Get the party going. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think
Meditate
I took
a
bong
little.
hit. I think it might have been. You know what? It was the duct tape by Freddy Fuego. By Cake. It was the cake. Actually, it was cake. It was cake duct tape.
Okay. Excellent.
I sometimes don't always get weighed down by indicas. Sometimes indicas actually give me an uplift. So something like a duct tape, yeah, actually like boosts me up.
Okay. Now, when you're dabbing, are you usually smoking flower before you dab always? Or no, sometimes you're like, this day is hectic. I need a nice dab straight up. Like I like skip the mixed drink. I need a shot. You know what I mean? Is that what a dab is to you? Would you consider that accurate?
You know, I mix. I do. I don't smoke a lot of cartridges or anything, but I usually go in between bong hits and dabs, and everything kind of hits me differently in a sense that like 2 dabs may affect me, or no, 1 good bong hit could affect me just like 2 good dabs, and vice versa.
Okay, definitely. Okay, yeah. Now, as I smoke this zebra cake, I'm getting a lot. And number one, the smell. I gotta let you guys know what it smells like. So the smell is, there's sweet notes to it, but it's almost like a little, it's earthy. It's gassy a little bit. It's definitely a little gassy, definitely earthy. Concentrate smells very different than flour. So there's, of course, the like extra mint menthol kind of concentrate smell, but it's still very pronounced, and it's almost like a apple pineapple kind of something in there. I smell a sweetness for sure in a zebra cake, for sure. Taste wise though, I don't know if I took a big enough hit yet, but I haven't got too much sweetness. It's just a nice diesel kind of vibe, and I've taken 2 little baby hits, and already I'm feeling way more uplifted. Definitely, I don't do concentrates often, but I've definitely noticed a change, 1,000,000,000% already. It has been 4 seconds. So shout out to Dessert Dabs already. But Caitlin, what are we enjoying today? What are we diving into tonight?
I actually, I have a question for Effie.
Sure.
Is the Trolli based off of like Trolli gummy worms? Because that's what it's exactly what it smells like.
You're absolutely 100% right.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, as soon as I cracked it open, I was like, oh my god, it smells like gummy worms. But I'm doing the Dessert Dabs Trolli BHO that we just got in. I used to smoke. I used to smoke a lot of Sticky Frog. Like I'd probably pick up a gram every single night. But now Dessert Dabs has like one-upped their company, and I am obsessed. Like I think the other day we got Zaza dropped and Dessert Dabs dropped, and I was like, let's scoop up 7 grams. But yeah, no, I'm smoking on the Zaza or the Dessert Dabs, the Trolli. I'm super excited because, like I said, it smells exactly like a gummy worm.
It so does. I love it. And so that pattern, all the patterns are custom made by Chester, who is our inside sales rep. So I'm like the outside cat. He's the inside cat. That's kind of the joke. That's like the little joke they've got going on. And it's supposed to look like a leaf. Like imagine in like Trolli's world what a leaf would look like from a tree. That was his imagination. That was like what he came up with.
Effie, is there like a trick or a different process that you're using to get the flavor in these dabs, or how you're getting the flavor on these?
So make sure everyone knows that Zaza, we don't do anything. That's just a really good machine. Zaza is made, and we use indoor flour for both the Dessert Dabs and the Zaza. Our extraction machine is super unique. As a matter of fact, Open Source Steel and Iron Fist have both come out, and they've looked at our machine, and they're very, very impressed by it. It's basically,
oh wow,
it's the person that we hired from Seattle. Before we hired, let me step backwards a little bit. We had a lot of pieces laying on the ground after our explosion, and
oh my god, it tastes exactly like a bag of gummy worms.
It does, doesn't it? So the story is it's a really good story. It really actually is, because the guy that we have now, he's so talented, he's so experienced, and understands cannabinoids and terpenes, microbials. He understands, like, because there's like a mathematical principle that you can only jack up terpenes so far. There's only a principle so far that you can push something until it becomes too much and it's no longer like exactly what it should be, and it wouldn't pass tick. You know, there's just lots of rules that he's tried to explain to me. Anyway, the machine that we have was constructed originally almost by the LCB, this guy Tom Kincaid. And not to be too long-winded, him and our hire, Jesse, so Tom and Jesse, basically for about 10 to 15 days, just tweaked out this machine. And we're able to do things that the industry is probably wondering what with Zaza, it's 100% skills. And then with dessert dabs, we actually have those skills, and then we plus it with reintroducing terpenes. And like I was saying, and I don't want to be too long-winded, but with his experience and what he knows, he can take the biomass testing. So we'll get some flour in, we'll send it off for testing. He'll look at the terpenes, everything I just mentioned, and then he can input that data and then find a profile like the lemon pound cake or the zebra cake or the Trollis. He can actually create profiles through a data system, and then using monoterpenes, I mean like the very most hardest core flavor of the terpene profile of the lemon, of the, you know, all of that stuff. It's just like a balancing act, and that's how two-time cheesecake instead of double cheesecake happened. And and it kind of keeps going back and forth, where he's starting to really challenge himself, right? And he's right. It's like one of those things. He's got trademarks. Like, we put out lemon push pop. It'll be on the menu on Monday, I think, or Friday, and that's kind of one of his signatures. You'll notice sometimes there's going to be a signature lemon or a signature sort of a zesty. That's one of his signatures. Anytime you find the zesty ones, or
was the lemon cheesecake one of his?
The pionine. Also the pionine. So he's really an expert with the lemonine and the pionine. So of course
he's a terp chef.
Yes, exactly. You nailed it. Zane, that is exactly what I'm trying to say.
Wow, that's great. That's really cool.
Yes. Callista talked really well about him too the other day.
And it's funny, a lot of our colleagues, coworkers, associates, and some of the customers are like, how? You know, like you said, they ask that question. They're like, what the heck are they doing? You know what I mean? I'm curious. I'm a little iffy on it, you know, and we're like, you know, of course, our colleagues and associates, we're pushing it. You know, we're so proud of you guys doing amazing work and just fantastic job. And it shows, you know, they're like one of the top selling dabs for sure.
Yeah,
a lovely price tier as well. You know what I mean? They do so well on our shelves. That's why we are so excited to get you here. I was like, oh my God. I'm so sorry smoking
about
oil.
Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. I don't always stay up this late, so this is fun. This is really
you're
fun.
Here today.
Yes, we are definitely happy you joined us. Okay, I will say, as I have taken bigger dab hits, it's so sweet, like so sweet. I can taste the icing on the zebra cake. Like, I definitely get the icing on the zebra cake, but I feel like I feel like it's vanilla frosting on an apple cake. I don't remember what a zebra cake tastes like, but it tastes to me like vanilla icing on a apple cake, and it's very, very good. It's yummy. That's my yummy face. But yes, I definitely like this so far, and I shall continue to dab. I've taken like how many hits, and I still have so much left. You know what I mean? Shout out to the atomizer. I'm not going to spill this out the top, because getting that back inside would be HE double hockey sticks. But Brogress, how has our high progressed so far as we're chiefing on that? What do you think about the soap?
I like it. The crosses are animal mints and Kush mints. So that's probably where that maybe soapiness comes from, the mint side, and that's where the cushiness I noted came from, definitely. So it's definitely feeling like a Kush kind of high, you know, like down low, like through my knees, my legs, kind of a nice, just like relaxing. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm smoking a bowl of it. See how the ash burns. Definitely. Okay. Hell yeah, definitely. Please, 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 please let me know which one you prefer, the bowl or the joint, for sure. Definitely run that by me in just a moment. Okay, now Z, how has the cake mix, how has that progressed? How do you feel? Did you smoke that out of the bowl? Yep. Started my second bowl. Okay. Feeling pretty euphoric, actually. Kind of loose. It's not really like, it's not a head pounder or anything like that, but my focus is pretty good. I was just looking up the cross on this strain. It's a wedding cake with London pound cake number 75. Wow. And I was looking at the description, and it's talking lemon citrus aroma with hints of pine and vanilla. And I think the thing that I couldn't identify was vanilla. Okay. Absolutely. Now, do you think you taste more of the citrus or more of the
nice
vanilla?
looking dab, Wendy.
What would you say, Z? I taste more vanilla when I'm smoking it. Nice. Okay. Nice. That's pleasant. I feel like that's pleasant. I like vanilla when I'm smoking. Yeah, it is pretty pleasant. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Now, put it straight. Here we go. Relaxing, would you label it sedative, or is it more uplifting as an experience? Is it more awake and aware? What would you say? I'm pretty awake. I'm like in a happy kind of cloud here. Okay. Like are you sitting on the cloud, or are you laying on the cloud? I'm leaning back on the cloud. Okay, I like that. Yeah. I like that. Okay. Yeah, it's not sedentary though. I would say it's like kind of in the middle. Okay. Nice. Okay, in the middle so far. We'll see how that keeps going. Yes. Okay, now Miss Wendy, I saw the Mondo dab. How has the high progressed on that 2-time lemon cheesecake?
It's very nicely relaxing. I'm ready for more of it though. I'm heating up a second dab right now. Okay. Would you say?
I love Wendy's vibe. Can I say I love Wendy's vibe? Like Wendy's vibe is the chillest in the room. Like, look at her.
Literally. And I love how don't you love how the moonlight's gently hitting her?
Yes. No, she
it's magical.
Like the talk show host of the I just love what's going on over there. It's just
I love it. I literally love it.
I
do. And so Wendy, you would say that is definitely more of a relaxing high, but what is the flavor like still? How is it?
Oh. Like I didn't know that dabs could be so delicious.
What a compliment. I love that.
It's very good.
That's such a great compliment.
No, literally. I love that.
Aww, yeah.
Boy.
And because I take the low temp dabs, I get so much more of the flavor.
Okay.
It's all about the low
temp. It's just like candy.
It's fun to go hot sometimes, but when you go low temp, it's so much more satisfying. Definitely.
Okay. Now, Effie, when you're smoking your low temp dabs, what do you prefer? Low temp or high temp? Or just a happy middle ground? What do you prefer?
I use my torch. I don't have a temp gauge, so my hand. It's it's really funny. I think about for a long time, I could weigh weed with my hand, and I was pretty good at it. And we don't have to do that anymore. But I have to go like this now, which is sort of funny. So, you got to feel how hot the rig is. I like low temp. I like it when I can really taste it. If it's too hot, it's just too hot. It is satisfying though when you do burn it well enough that you feel like you burned it all. And I think that's the hardest achievable thing about dabbing. Otherwise though, it's really the weird thing is too, I feel like when I smoke weed, I would take a bong hit and I would just set it down, not so much just keep reefing. And so the difference between dabbing and smoking flower in my thoughts and my little world is, I'm not used to continually hitting when I have a dab. Sometimes a dab will just keep going and going and going. But a bong hit, it's a bong hit. So it's just different. Yeah. I love getting high.
I think you're on the right podcast.
That's why we're on here.
Absolutely. All right. Heck yeah. Okay. Now, first things first, Bopa, I see you. How are you? Welcome.
Hello. Hi, guys.
And
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
You know it. And Bopa, I saw you dining on that lovely raised lemonade. What flavor was that?
Yes, I got the Huckleberry. It's delicious. So good.
Those are my favorite.
It's got that nice mix between that tart and sweet and that fruitiness. I definitely like tart flavors. So
it's got a nice little light carbonation.
Okay.
Yeah,
It is a little
carbonation.
Okay.
Like
Would you say, okay, so ready, Bopa, carbonation scale, 1 through 10, how carbonated is it? Would you say?
Oh, I would probably say a 3. It's not very carbonated at all. It's just a very slight bit. And then it also comes with a little, there's a dosing cup on the bottom, but mine got stuck on there.
Oh no, that's clever. I was wondering what that was. I was wondering what that was.
It says fill to here on the inside, and when you fill it up, 10 milligrams, but we don't play that here. We just drink the whole thing.
Yeah, come on now. Yeah. Boba's like, we break the bottle and then drink it and cut our mouths. No, I'm kidding.
Shotgun?
Right. I love that. Okay, and now, what joint are we enjoying?
I have the wedding cake from Dipped. I have my name on it actually in the shop right now.
You do? Okay.
Your name's on it. Your name's on it?
Yeah. Yes. On our shelves, we have name tags that you can place on products that you really enjoy and that you want to endorse. And you better believe Dessert Dabs has been crowded with name tags from managers to sales associates. They have definitely been putting their name tags on them for sure. And I think my name tag's gonna have to go on this zebra cake because I actually really like the HIGH. The flavor itself is very nice. I don't dab often, so I'm unfamiliar with the flavor of concentrates, but I'm here. I'm 1,000,000,000% here. I'm excited to see you, Effie, and everybody else, of course. But I'm still engaged. That's not the reason. I think that this is a great, I feel like I could go throughout my day 1,000,000,000%. Scratch a percentage, scratch however much it, says it. What is it? 95%? It says that this is 97%. I could literally get up and go do anything I need to do in the world. So stop paying attention to numbers and pay more attention to terpenes. And life is great when you do that. But yeah.
There's THCA.
Oh my God.
We're getting a lot of THCA into our stuff also. So we're getting our numbers so much up. Yeah, that machine that we have is so good. It's the guy that's driving it as well. Yeah.
Very much so. Yes, that needs every machine needs an operator for sure. 1,000,000,000%. A skilled craftsman. Okay. Now, Caitlin, how would you say your experience has progressed so far?
I have only taken one dab since I got home. I waited to take that dab.
Nice.
And I'm in my no other. Sorry, we're just gonna have to put a bunch of I'm just really focused and taking every bit of information that you guys are saying in. I definitely wouldn't say it's a high that I can get high on and be like, yeah, let's go to work and be really motivated and super energetic or crazy. It's definitely
would you say it's more relaxing? Is it more relaxing or sedative?
Just it's chill. I'm chilling on my couch. It's just chill. Nice. But it's very in my head. I can definitely feel it in my eyes. It's really heavy behind my eyes. Yeah, it's nice. And like I said, it's
right? Is that the Trolli or the cake?
It's the Trolli.
Okay.
Okay, and this is the Trolli from Zaza or Dessert Dabs.
Dessert.
Now,
Dessert.
okay, so Effie, question. Are all of the Dessert Dabs going to be named after food items?
No,
They're
not
dessert. Oh, well, I guess not, but.
Well, no, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's to be expected. I understand that question too, because, you know, since it is something new that is new to me as well, I'm learning. I can say, you know, since, you know, we get something like Trolli's is a dessert, and you lemon pound cake. The zebra cake. Yeah. There was.
So we might get a bacon flavored one.
Or a chicken bomb.
Ooh.
Yeah, chicken bomb.
Chicken bomb.
Bacon,
Oh my God.
bacon.
And
There
we
is a
really like chicken parm. You're on
There's
a
a
New
banana
York,
Mac
East Coast,
coming out.
Boston podcast, and
Yeah.
we really like chicken parm.
Yes, we do.
I'll arm wrestle you for it.
Yeah, I want to see a bacon dab.
Absolutely. Oh, and also, Effie, in your
Okay.
spare time, if you make an orange cream soda dab, I know somebody that'll have a heart attack. So yeah,
I do know for sure there's a Lucky Charms is coming. I know that for sure. Lucky Charms is coming.
Ooh, okay. Lucky Charms. Okay.
I think
They're
there's
magically
there's a
delicious.
Gorilla Piss.
Magically delicious.
And,
Gorilla piss.
Yeah.
We went
Wow.
from Lucky Charms and chicken palm to gorilla piss.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
But
Okay.
when I showed up at the doorstep of HIGH-5 about 3-4, what was that? I guess about 4 weeks ago, I think.
Oh my God.
Is that right, Caitlin? Does that sound about right? Like,
Yeah.
like everybody saw me. Like I showed up. Like, oh, what are you doing? You know, like, well, I really just,
I
you know,
felt
I got
so
something special.
honored.
I was like, I really just got something special. I want to share, and because no one's talking to me, and you're the only ones that'll talk to me.
Aww.
I'm not.
He loves you.
Calista was so upset that she
Calista was
couldn't come and
so
see you.
excited.
She wanted to join this so bad. She sends you all of her love as well. Thank you for reminding me because I almost forgot.
Yeah, I love everybody there at HIGH-5. It's always been such the environment for me. It's always been the best environment, and so accepting, so full of love. And John and Callista have been so good to me. So
absolutely. Okay, so
awesome
speaking of which, we're at 10-minute mark. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna, instead of do our roundup of our overall experiences, I want us to ask you some questions about Major League Marijuana, you in the industry, everything you love about life, your company culture at Major League Marijuana, why you love it, why you're staying there, some things you're excited about them. All right, Brograth, we'll start with you. What question do you want to post, Miss Effie?
I think the only thing I had to say, every question I did have has already been answered, but there's one about a strain. Did you used to grow Jilly Bean?
no, not to my knowledge. That does not sound familiar. Was that before 2018, or is that, what's the date on that?
I could have swore maybe there was Jilly Bean in at one point, but quite a while ago if it was.
Okay. Would that been from, was that from a different brand of mine?
No, from Sticky Buds.
Oh, okay. So this is good. Let's pause with this for a moment.
Okay.
So Sticky Buds is just a brand, right? I actually don't work for Sticky Buds. Sticky Buds is something I sold. And Dessert Dabs and Zaza and Major League Marijuana. Well, let me stop there. Dessert Dabs and Zaza are brands, while Major League Marijuana is the marquee. So for a long time, I think a lot of people thought of me as Sticky Buds, but we've put that in the rearview mirror, and I don't sell Sticky Buds anymore. And so the whole Major League Marijuana is really on the front of everything now too, though. So just so everyone can I don't know if that's been missed. I've had conversations even today when I was out on the streets, like people still kind of reference me as Sticky Butts, even in Tacoma. So I try to say, get that dirty word out of your mouth.
Very fair.
Yeah. So I hope that's I hope you know what I mean. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I was just curious if that strain was in rotation with your company currently now, because it's a really flavorful strain, and I wish I could see it in dabs. And you guys seem to be the ones that would be able to run that one properly and get that good flavor profile out there.
Yeah, we have a totally new garden, totally new gardener. I wish I wonder if I could bring up some photos. I probably can. Yes, I know how to do this. I know how to do all this.
That's why.
Oh my
okay,
God,
now, as you were doing that, Miss Effie, we'll have Z ask you the next question. Z, anything on your mind for our special guest?
Yeah, can you make me one with lemon and orange in it?
Let me write it down.
She's like, here, let me be bossy.
Lime and orange.
Bossy.
I mean, lime and orange, not lemon and orange. Lime and orange.
Lime.
Yeah.
I know, Zane, I know that there is a lime coming out in the next probably 10 days.
Ooh, yes. I love
lime. Look at that.
Malcolm, how did you change your background?
So it's gonna it's probably gonna come out when I have that Lucky Charms.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, more than likely. That's kind of what I'm expecting at this time.
Are you able to make a savory dab? I mean, is that something anybody would be interested in? Is a savory dab?
Chicken palm.
Garlic.
Right? You mean seriously, you mean something like the bacon or something?
Yeah, I'm just curious, like, is it even possible?
I don't, being that meat, the meat group would be more of I would have to say
but
no.
There's vegan bacon salt. If they can make vegan bacon salt.
There's bacon perfume.
There's a meat breath strain that's supposed to smell like ham.
It does. So, Effie, if I buy you all the meat rep, can you make us bacon chicken palm dabs? We're gonna get it again. Bopa, we're gonna get it again.
You bet. You send me the terps. We'll see what we can do.
Bopa, get that Bopa, write this down.
All right. We're gonna have the Haminator dab.
A Haminator.
It just makes me want to puke thinking about it.
Don't worry, Caitlin, it'll be a sweet sugar ham. I
don't like ham.
Honey baked ham. Yes.
Honey baked ham. Honey baked ham.
There's great name. Hey, there you go.
Yes.
Honey baked ham is a great name, literally.
This is how we're ending our conversation about dabs.
I love it.
And all I got are corn dogs. Damn it.
Oh my God. Okay, so Effie, what are we looking at? What is this? What are we getting into?
Oh, puppy.
There's my dog. That's my dog. That's Opie.
Okay. Is this, and Miss Effie, are these videos of the facility or pictures of your Major League Marijuana facility now?
Thank you, Malcolm. Yes. Okay, so here's some things that I was at the farm and I was just walking through. And I was like, hey, can I start, getting some photos? Like, yeah, go for it. So this is the stuff they're pucking up. This is the stuff that came out of the oven. And yeah.
Yum.
Got in my belly.
And then here, this is the future. There's see that foundation there. And then this is Javier. And that's the garden. That's one of the gardens. So there's two of them. Right there, and then there's a third one right there on the left. You see that?
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Okay. Wow.
Look way down there. There's two here, but then you see way back there. You see that one right there.
Right there.
That's that one right here. So there's actually three right there.
A lot growing on.
There's my office right here.
Okay. Come here.
And so, yes, to show you the width of how long it is. And then, and yes, so this is what I'll be growing inside of. And
Nice.
I should have girls on the ground hopefully in March. I'm waiting for my 15-day window currently. But at this moment, I just got my lights in anyway, so I'm not even ready for my 15 days anyway. So we just got the LED lights are being installed, the black light, or the black, not black light, the black cover, because we're going to use the sun, but we're also going to use LEDs. And this is basically an indoor garden, everybody. This isn't, I would not consider this a greenhouse. I would not consider this outdoor. You know, this is full.
You're just benefiting from the sun as well.
You got it. Yeah.
Smart.
And something else too. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. That had to look weird. All of a sudden.
Sharing that.
The guy we got, he came, and I can't tell you where he came from. I can't tell you where my extractor came from, but these two individuals have so much skill that the places that they were at, they were like the number 3 on their list. They are so good. They're so good. They're so talented. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now we are going, Miss Wendy. It is your chance. What is your question to pose for Miss Effie?
So I'm a little bit out of the loop because I'm up in the glass shop all the time, but Major League, are you guys going to be marketing flour, or is it just concentrates?
I love your voice too. Everything you're doing tonight, Wendy, is just so perfect for me to look at and listen to. Great question. So I love flour. I'm a flour power kind of a child, and I am hoping to be able to, I have a brand that I want to start. I want to be able to, it's just gonna be, it's a really fun brand. I can't even talk about it. I'm not allowed to talk about it. And so to answer your question, part of the team just wants to blast everything. Then there's the other part of the team that wants to smoke flour, right? And so it's going to be a team decision. It's going to come down to, you know, it's going to come down to serious questions like the marketing, the packaging, the how much time we spend on trying to put into selling flour. There's going to be a major need for flour come July. I think really good flour, especially. So the goal is to just really grow amazing flour. And if I can convince everybody that we need to jar this up, that's what I'm going to do. But there's other people that are just, they're gonna want to blast it. We still have to get into our own fresh frozen. We you know, get into live resins ourselves, because this dessert and salsa, it's not even live resin. A lot of people are treating it like live resin, which is phenomenal. It feels so good, but just so you do know, it's not live resin. We extract it well enough that it comes out like that. And that's just based on the driver and the machine. Yeah. Did I answer that question?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
I feel
thank
you. I don't know why. I feel like I'm just blabbing a little bit. So.
No, you're fine. Amazing. Absolutely incredible. Okay, Miss Caitlin. Guess what? It's your chance to pose a question for Miss Effie. What are you thinking about?
Well, I mean, she pretty much answered it in this last question that she answered, because I was going to ask if they were going to come out with any more like in-depth concentrates, like cold cured, flash frozen, live resin, you know, stuff like that. And yeah, so that would be my question.
Yeah, and I absolutely am with it. I'm totally with it. I think having those selects on the shelf, having that from
or even
our
like
line,
hash rosin too. Rosin would be.
I think that'd be amazing.
But it would be.
There's such a need for it still.
Yeah.
And we're doing things, as you can tell, we're doing things differently and we're able to still pass on the savings and create something special that is hopefully still affordable. And I know that, you know, when it comes to the shelf life, when it comes to getting get properly shelved, right? You know, people think that sometimes a $30 thing is better than obviously a $20 thing, and a $40 thing is better than a $30 thing. So we're really hoping, it's great that you all recognize that the value of these two brands and what we've done.
Totally. It's really noticeable.
No, I absolutely love it so far.
And thank you guys for being so amazing and great at what you do, for sure. Because this was a treat. No pun intended. This is a treat. 1 billion%. A lovely dessert dab.
I didn't know how much, or I didn't know what I was trying when you came in the other day and you were like, hey, I'm buying you this dab. And I literally got on the podcast that night and ranted and raved about it, and like texted Callista immediately. I mean, messaged you immediately. And I was like, everybody buy this. Like, it's so good. And I'm definitely glad we've continued to keep it in the shop.
I have that dab when you made us buy it.
Oh, the lemon.
I did.
Oh my God.
I literally
that is so
told
good.
everybody to buy it. I was like, buy this.
You can
I don't
taste
care.
the frosting. It
tastes
good.
like sherbet.
It was so good.
So smooth.
Yeah,
Okay.
that lemon cupcake, the lemon pound cake were just divine.
Oh yeah, it's like sherbet.
Yes. Delicious. So choice.
Oh yeah.
No, and you know what the thing is, and I just went in, I was like, please just try it. And I think it was John, right? I was excited. That's where, you know, I communicate with John, and it was through a conversation. I think I called him. I was like, John, just $600. Will you just trust me with $600, please? And I'm just like putting my whole relationship like out there, like, and he was like, okay, Effie, you know, let's go. And I was like, you're not gonna regret this. And so I love that I can say that, and I can, and the outcome is what it is. It just means the world to me.
Oh, see, that ties it full circle. I love that.
Very well done.
Yes,
Thank
very
you.
well done.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, it's you had to recognize it. Yeah, you had to recognize it. You had to feel like, hey, it was a quality product. You couldn't know that it was actually mine either. You just had to, you know, do it blindly. And once you all found out, I think that was the fun part. Like, oh my God, that's Effie's shit. Like, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, one last question. Miss Bopa, what is your question for Miss Effie? Do you have a question? What do you think? What would you pose?
I think a lot of things have already been asked already, but what do you love about cannabis so much? What is the passion that you want to pass out through the community? Like, I don't know how else I want to message it. I'm pretty stoned right now, but
no, that was awesome.
Yeah, just what do you love about cannabis? What is, I don't know, what makes you so passionate about it?
You know, I haven't had to answer that question in quite a long time. I love the times like these that we get to get high and share our brains and our thoughts and our smiles and our concerns and our happiness. I think it brings out a lot of personal insight, and I think people just express themselves differently. And marijuana for me has always been very special, I think, in the sense that I would just, I don't know, there's something special about it, right? I'm kind of old, and I'm kind of an old stoner. And you know, I used to buy a bag of weed out of a telephone booth, you know, so there's got to be something special about it, right? Like, yeah. You know, so I continue to do it. I started doing it because I remember this is kind of one of my answers. I had a drug dealer that I really was like, really, I think I can do your job way better. And that was sort of my my thing. And so I started to grow, and then my friends were like, hey, can I buy some of that from you? And I was like, okay, wow, I'm kind of good at this. And then, yeah, then when it was, you know, the black market and such, or medical,
right.
I just kind of, I don't know, it was very strange because it's very competitive. It's very, very, very competitive. So for me, I love competition, and I love to be able to have something that I can see that has brought somebody happiness. It's a lot like a good joke, or just showing up and seeing people smile. When you can get someone high and they're so happy about it, it's like the best. It's just like this, it's this best feeling that you get. It's like, if it's like a comedian or a DJ, or if it's like
a chef who cooks for somebody and they see them eat the
like
food. Yeah.
Serotonin feeling in a sense. It's like a serotonin relief.
Yeah, it brings me a lot of joy. The community in that sense brings me a lot of joy, that I get to do that and bring that and have that quality. And then I get to get high with him. And then it's just this big euphoric feeling. And my name, actually, Effie Lou, you know, is how you know me. But technically, Effie is just short for euphemia, which is a euphoric state. So it all comes around full circle once again.
Okay.
Oh, Bopa, that was like the longest winded answer, but it was, I think, needed. So
we love it.
Yes, we absolutely love it. The passion definitely shows through. So I was just like, what started it? What's behind it? So
yeah.
Awesome.
It's almost like, yeah, I guess I don't want to say it started obviously negatively and saying it was a bad drug dealer, but you know, I think through things that maybe we just want to see greatness out of, we want to put, sometimes I think that's the motivation, like, hey, you know, you've got something special, how come you don't appreciate it? You know, I think that's something to be said, right? If you don't like what you're doing, take a deep, hard look and be like, what would give me that satisfaction that Effie's getting from selling a bag of weed? Right? What could, if you don't get that, you've got to find that thing that will do that for you.
Yeah. And especially sucks because cannabis has been so demonized by everyone else when it's really not. And so trying to fight that really hardly too. And there's a lot of users using it for lots of different reasons too. And to be able to help anybody in that specific way too, and makes anybody happy.
Totally.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is awesome. And that was an amazing, incredible answer as well, Effie. Long-winded, but definitely necessary. You knocked it out of the park. Okay. Now, this is the very last question, and it's going to be to me. And I'm going to do a special roundup question like we usually would, but just for you. I wanted to ask you how your experience overall is of that zebra cake. I need a scale of 1 through 10. Would you make it again? And just what are some of your favorite things about that strain? How was the high? Is it relaxing? Is it sedative? Do you feel engaged? Do you feel social? What's the overall rundown of your zebra cake experience?
With my zebra cake, starting it off, I pick up right away. I pick up a lot of gas. I pick up a tremendous amount, what I call sort of a paint thinner effect.
Okay.
And after that, I end up getting into the frosting. So the front end for me is super on the gas, where on the back end I catch on to that frosting.
Okay.
And it's not even a it's a sweet frosting, but it's not a overload. It's it's just, it tickles just a touch.
Very much so.
The high for me, as I think I mentioned before too, it takes me up. It takes me, It takes me higher. Where I could definitely I could get out. This is secretly right. This is secretly I would take a nice burly dab of this and then leave my house for work. This is one of those I want to get to work on this high. This is where I want to be. And so something like this I also smoke very slowly. Other times, you know, maybe I smoke the lemon push pop or that lemon cupcake. I'll smoke that super fast because it's zesty for me. It's definitely a mover and a shaker. Whereas I can really have, and I have, you know, a chemical imbalance in my brain. So this just puts my brain correct. Whereas a lemon cupcake will just like, let's go play some basketball now, right? Right. So between my mind and my body, something like this is really good for my mind, and it's good for, you know, overall my body. I can move still and feel good about, you know, getting out of the house and such. So it's the velvet truffle and stuff that kind of all laid down with. So, but yeah, the otter pop, those dessert dabs, the Trollis. I don't often use marijuana to fall asleep. I use it honestly to operate, and I don't have a license or a medical card anymore, but I don't need it, so I'm good. No worries. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, okay, absolutely. And yeah, you're spot on. Definitely way more of a able-bodied functional. Like I said, I would get up and go anywhere. You know what I mean? Literally do anything. Love it. Well, I must say it has been our absolute pleasure. Thank you so much to our special guest, Miss Effie, for coming out and partying with us, staying up late, being a champ like she is. Look at her, she's sporting it. I love it.
Appreciate it.
We definitely hope and look forward to maybe having you back very soon, sooner rather than later, hopefully. But thank you so much for your feedback and your knowledge, and just your insight and being so clear and transparent with us. We appreciate you. But it seems as though it's time. We are going to have to say our goodbyes. Everybody get their wave on. And yeah, we will see you all back on the next episode.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
I had so
Bye,
much
guys.
fun. Thank you for having me.